Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Travis Banks, live from Birkelbach Field here at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex as we get to set to bring you the district opener between the Eastview Patriots and the Elgin Wildcats. Travis, this time last year facing this team, or maybe not this time last year, but facing this team was a disappointing loss versus this Elgin Wildcat offense. Elgin finished the season last year 3-7 overall and 2-5 in district play and missed out on the playoffs for the fifth consecutive year. As we know, Eastview went on to the playoffs and lost last year in the playoffs. But a rematch here tonight and looking to get something underneath them coming off two losses against two very good Killeen High School teams.
Yeah, and that's going to be the real test of strength for this Eastview squad tonight. They are a team that's really been battle-tested the last 2 weeks. Granted, they did lose both of the first two matchups of this young 2020 football season, but this is the so-called reset button, Michael, where this is the beginning of district play. Those non-district games almost don't matter. It's almost like they were scrimmages, if anything at all, as the team captains prepare to meet in the middle of the field. The lone team captain walking out to the center of the field for Eastview is Tanner Ballou, and the team captain walking to the center of the field is running back Peter McFarland of Elgin, who, again, Michael, if you recall last year's game against Elgin, Peter McFarland had a heck of a night against this Eastview squad. And, this is a series that has been split pretty evenly the last couple of years. Back in 2017, Eastview went on the road and lost to Elgin. I believe it was a score of 42-17. In 2018, Elgin made the return trip up here to Georgetown, and Eastview ended up winning that game. And then, of course, Eastview losing in the season finale last year after securing a playoff spot in the 2019 playoffs. Eastview hoping for a similar result to 2018 tonight.
So speaking with Coach Feacock in his review of the short season so far, he knows that they've started slow, but they've played some really good competition. He's really proud of the way the kids have battled through the rough start, but he feels that they've learned and gotten better from it. And he knew that they had some holes to fill and some question marks at certain positions. And they feel through the first couple of games they were able to get some of that figured out. He said, we all want to win every game, but sometimes we can learn from losses, and he believes that his team has, and they will continue to grow as a team. They feel like they had a good week of work, getting a little healthier each day, and are excited to start District 13 5A play. He knows he's going to have to come play each week in this district, but he thinks that his kids and coaches are up to the challenge. This week's captains are the 6 seniors who were voted to the Leadership Council. And it is senior night tonight for the Eastview Patriots, early in the season, but we only have 3 home games this season for the Patriots. He says the keys to the game, the offense must start better. They got to move the chains and keep the ball. They need to be able to spread the ball around to different people and spread the ball around the field. Feels like that he's faced 2 solid defenses in the first 2 weeks, and that'll make their offense much better for the district. Said he must eliminate the turnovers, and the offensive line is improving each week. He said he knew he had some new guys in there, so they just needed to get their feet wet and playing varsity football, and that's the truth. And they had 2 good teams to face against for that. Defensively, they got to tackle the quarterback. He's a great runner, as you mentioned, Travis, and they got to get a lot of people to the ball and be sure to make solid tackles. Again, he's got some youth in the defensive front, and he knew they'd have growing pains, but he loves the way that his kids have competed in the first 2 games going up against some really good offensive lines and skill players. And they're ready to get back to it this week as we open the district versus these Elgin Wildcats.
And, Michael, we've talked about this at the end of the games the last 2 weeks as well. Statistically, Eastview has not played poorly. For example, starting quarterback Peyton Adams in both of those previous 2 games, 36 completions of 56 attempts, 366 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Really, that's the only blemish, the 2 interceptions. But he's got a positive touchdown to interception ratio. He's getting the job done. The wide receivers are stepping up as well, in addition to the running backs. And it just feels like there's nothing but upside, nothing but potential here for the Eastview Patriots. And again, taking on some 6A teams the last couple of weeks, it'll be interesting to see how they come out against an Elgin squad that, from our vantage point, at least up here in the press box, doesn't look like that team has a lot of depth to it.
So I think that somebody's singing the national anthem, but can't really hear that is going on. So we'll recognize the players of the week, and this is one of the guys that we've mentioned quite a bit over the past 2 games so far. Sophomore wide receiver Tyreek Obasher, junior defensive back Cade Elkins, junior linebacker Thomas Thornburg, the sophomore offensive lineman Austin Kane, the sophomore defensive lineman DJ Perez, and the senior kicker Emilio Vargas are your players of the week for the Eastview Patriots.
Just about 30 seconds away from kickoff officially here at Georgetown Independent School District Birkelbach Field, the first of only 3 home games this season, Michael. Just a 9-game season for the Eastview Patriots, and they're looking to make these home games count. So you got to expect that the Patriots will come out with a fire under their seats, so to speak, especially after you read that email just now that Coach Feacock sent us a couple days ago. And Coach Feacock, he's going to have his kids coached up and ready to play.
Well, that's the one thing that Coach Feacock has been very successful at, is getting buy-in from his players. They make adjustments throughout the game. They go in at halftime and they implement those adjustments and come out in the second half. And you've seen that they've played much better the second half than they had the past 2 games in the first half. So we're going to see tonight if the Patriots can put it all together and play a complete game tonight and take it to these Elgin Wildcats.
And circling back to upstart players, you mentioned Tyreek Styles Obasher getting recognized for his great game last week. Just a little bit of stats for him the last 2 weeks. Tyreek Styles Obasher has had 157 yards receiving. He's averaging 12.1 yards per reception, and he's averaging 78.5 receiving yards per game. He's only got 1 receiving touchdown, but he's looking to change that tonight. Second for receiving in terms of statistics is Charles Ross, coming in with 108 yards receiving through the last 2 weeks. And of course, on the ground, things are looking pretty even. Isaiah Quentin Jackson leading the running backs, of course, with 139 yards through both games, 1 touchdown. Amarian Brooks has 72 yards through both games with 1 touchdown as well. Interesting stat, too. Peyton Adams comes win with 1 more rushing yard than Amarian Brooks, 73 to 72. So Peyton Adams has been using his feet quite a bit.
Patriots will be receiving the ball as we get things started here in Georgetown tonight.
Charles Ross and Michael Sedgwick back at the 10-yard line, deep to return this Elgin kickoff. As we are just about set to kick off District 13 5A district play here in Georgetown. Of course, the first road game of this young 2020 season. It's a high kick. It's going to be taken by one of the upmen, fallen on by one of the upmen around the 40-yard line, actually. That's Carlos Villarreal falling on the ball. And it's going to set up a pretty decent field position for the Patriots. Ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line as Peyton Adams comes out on the field for the first time tonight to lead his offense. So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball is on the 38-yard line of Eastview. Patriots come out in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right. Peyton Adams hands the ball off to the running back, who makes it to the 40 for a solid 2, maybe 3-yard gain. That's Isaiah Quinton Jackson on the carry. Solid gain will bring up 2nd down and 7. Simple run up the middle toward the right hash mark for Isaiah Quinton Jackson as Peyton Adams looks to the sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 7, ball on the 41-yard line. Adams all alone in the gun, 2 receivers on each side. Adams immediately looks left, throws, caught at the 41-yard line, and making his way to the 40 before being brought down out of bounds, pushed out of bounds I should say rather, is Michael Sedgwick for his first catch of the night. This will bring up 3rd down and manageable. This is a 2-yard gain on that wide receiver screen pass, making it 3rd down and 5 for the Patriots. Patriots come out in the gun. Isaiah Quinton Jackson in at running back. Adams takes the snap as a design quarterback run. He has nowhere to go, though. A flag comes out as Adams avoids a tackle, and he might have made it to the 1st down marker. But we need to wait and see what this flag back at the 42-yard line is all about. You got to think that's going to be a hold, Michael.
That is going to be a holding call. It was thrown in the area of the line. And indeed it is. So they will walk off 10 yards and repeat the down.
So they will repeat this 3rd down. This will make it 3rd and
15.
So 15. All right, so a 10-yard penalty for that hold really sets Eastview back. And you got to think, considering Coach Feacott's words that he sent, that you read from that email earlier, Michael, you got to think Eastview has to convert this, even though it's only a minute into the 1st quarter. 3rd and 15. Peyton Adams immediately takes a snap, drops back, looks around over the middle, throws over the middle, caught by Tyreek Styles-Obuchare for a 1st down. Obuchare making it to the 50-yard line, and it looked like he had some difficulty reeling in that catch. He bobbled it a bit, spun around, and then pulled it in. What a great athletic grab by Tyreek Styles-Obuchare.
It was a one-handed grab, and it popped up in the air, and he was able to get the handle on it, Travis.
So 1st and 10 for the Patriots in Elgin territory. Peyton Adams, a design quarterback run up the middle. He's going to run into a wall of Elgin defenders after a gain of maybe 3 yards. And on the tackle for Elgin was Jordan Hood. This will bring up 2nd down and 7. So the offense working as on 2nd down, it's a handoff to Isaiah Quinton Jackson, who has some space on the left side, picks up a 1st down, and is pushed out of bounds by Elgin's. Well, we don't have a number 21 on our roster for Elgin. We'll try to get that player's name here in just a moment.
Obuchare?
It will be 1st and 10 for the Patriots. And another handoff to Isaiah Quinton Jackson. He rushes out to the right side this time and has really nowhere to go. Gain of maybe 1 yard. He's brought down by Jalen Koch of Elgin, a senior cornerback. And this will be 2nd down and 9 Patriots. Ball spotted on the Elgin 39-yard line. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers on each side. Adams takes the snap, hands off to the running back, who has a huge hole up the middle and dodges a tackle. Finally brought down at the 20-yard line, making it inside the red zone is Tyler Huerta. What a great run by Tyler Huerta, and what a great job of blocking by that Eastview offensive line. Patriots will hurry up. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Another handoff to Tyler Huerta, and Huerta makes it to the 10. Can't get inside the 10, is brought down by an Elgin defender who, again, we do not have on our roster. I apologize for that. Some number changes here for the Elgin Wildcats. But another great run by Tyler Huerta. This will be 2nd down and 3. Ball at the 10-yard line. Eastview. It's going to be a designed run to the left by Peyton Adams. It's an option. He pitches it to Isaiah Quinton Jackson. Isaiah Quinton Jackson able to make it inside the 5. Brought down at about the 3-yard line. But a very, very, very late flag comes out. This one could be coming back. Eastview trying to get this rushing offense going early, and as soon as they cross into Elgin territory, Michael, they've been picking up some good blocks.
They really have, and that's the experience that they've gotten against the past 2 weeks' opponents, Travis, that they've coming out here and being able to control the line of scrimmage, and they're spreading the field.
Exactly, a lot of 2 wide receiver sets for this Patriots offense as the referees are talking things over with the Elgin coaching staff.
It'll be interesting to see. And neither team is moving any one direction, so.
Well, if this play stands, it would result in a 1st and goal for the Patriots from about the 3-yard line. See what the referee has to say.
That ball, unsportsmanlike, number 15. The corner kick is disqualified.
Oh, he's been disqualified. It must have been a targeting penalty or something like that.
Well, that's a player on the Elgin defense, and again, that's one of those players that we don't have a number listed for on this roster. We apologize for that. But yes, number 15 from Elgin has been, disqualified from the game, which is basically an ejection. He goes back to the sidelines. He will not see any more play time tonight, and you got to know that's a little frustrating no matter who you are. This will give Eastview a 1st and goal, half the distance to the goal from the 3-yard line. So about the 1.5-yard line. Referee's getting the ball all set up. And here we go on 1st and goal. It's a handout to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who waltzes right into the end zone. Isaiah Quentin Jackson getting the Patriots their first home touchdown of this 2020 season. And for the first time all season as well, Michael, the Patriots lead in a ball game.
What better place to do it than at home and on senior night? This is up, and it is good.
Eastview continuing to work on that ground game, and they are rewarded. 8:58 to go here in the first quarter. New score, Patriots 7, Wildcats nothing. We'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
Welcome back as the Patriots are celebrating their first touchdown. Of the game and of their first home game of the season. And the first touchdown of the district season.
Coming off of an Isaiah Quentin Jackson touchdown run from the 1.5-yard line. Eastview feeling really good about their opening drive. Again, it's a reset on the season, if you will. Beginning of district play, everyone's back to a 0-0 record, basically. Despite both of these teams being winless overall, as the kick is going to be up, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, drawing the flag from the referee. Elgin return man Devin Maynor is not even going to attempt to try to get it as it goes out of bounds. He'll rush back to the sideline to join the rest of this team. And we should be seeing Elgin starting out here after the penalty. No, looks like they're going to replay the kick. Redo the kickoff, I should say. Guess Elgin wants a chance to return something. 8:58 to go here. Patriots lead it 7-0 over Elgin. As kicker Emilio Vargas gets set to retry this kickoff. And Vargas's kick is up and good to the right side. It's going to be taken at about the 25-yard line, brought to the 40-yard line by the Elgin return man before being brought down by a slew of Patriots. It's like Logan Williams was the one who got in on the tackle there. And so we'll get our first look at this Elgin offense that, we've talked about this for the last couple of weeks, Michael, just dominated Eastview on the ground last year at Elgin. That game taking place on a cold, dark, windy night in Elgin in November.
Defensively for the Patriots, on the corners, Michael Sedgwick and Charles Ross. Your safeties, Cade Elkins, Tyler Huerta, and Logan Williams. Your linebackers, Isaiah Quinton Jackson and Thomas Thornburg. Your end, Justin Nizer. Tackle, DJ Perez, Vance Hurd, and your other defensive end, Aaron Oleg.
Well, Elgin's first play out of the the pistol formation was quarterback Peter McFarland attempting to hand the ball off to running back Lyndon Rangel and completely just botching that handoff, turned into a fumble situation. Elgin did recover, but they will lose 3 yards on that play. This will bring up 2nd and 13 for Elgin. McFarland now in the gun. He sends a man in motion from left to right. McFarland's going to keep it himself on a designed option play, and he's got some space, making his way to the left hash mark. Gain of about 11. This will bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats. Peter McFarland brought down by Eastview's Thomas Thornburg.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to control the gaps, and Patriots saw last week with a very dominant line that they could be gashed up the middle, so they've got to do a good job of closing down those gaps versus this Elgin offense.
McFarland hands off to Rangel, who has some space up the middle, and he's tackled just after crossing the 1st down marker. It looks like the referees are going to give it to him by 2 yards, so this will be a solid about a 3 or 4 yard gain. It'll pick up the 1st down for Elgin. So Elgin on their opening drive will not go 3 and out. Thomas Thornburg on the tackle for Eastview. This will be 1st and 10 Elgin. Ball is on the Eastview 48-yard line. McFarland takes the snap, immediately throws right. It is caught at the 50-yard line by Devin Maynor and immediately brought down. Looks like he was a little bit behind the line of scrimmage, was Devin Maynor. And the tackle made by Thomas Thornburg. So Thomas Thornburg getting his name out there tonight.
Yes, he is.
Michael Wick also involved on that tackle. And Justin Nazer got involved a bit as well. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. McFarland takes the snap, rolls out to the left, and he's under pressure. He avoids a tackle by Thomas Thornburg and spins around several defenders. Peter McFarland still on his feet, picks up the 1st down. An amazing 12-yard run by Peter McFarland, who basically spun his way those entire 12 yards.
Well, that's the one thing that Coach Fekoch addressed was the tackling. You got to be able to wrap up and bring him down because he's not the guy to let run on down the field because he was doing a good job of it. He did it last year, and he's showing his skill here tonight.
So Elgin will have another 1st and 10. Ball is on the Eastview 36-yard line. McFarland in the gun, 3 receivers to his left, and he's going to hand the ball off to Rangel, who has a huge hole on the left side. He's got some space to the 10-yard line before finally being brought down out of bounds by Jace Petty.
And that's what Eastview has to do. They've got to contain these big explosive plays, Travis. Can't let them gash the offense. They're working the outside, they're working the middle, and doing a good job of it on the ground versus the Patriots. So the Patriots got to make this adjustment if they're going to be successful versus these Wildcats tonight.
My apologies. That was actually Trey Isom on the carry there. Jace Petty making the tackle out of bounds, but the story of that drive or that play is another huge gain on the ground, another huge first down from Elgin, and now they have a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line deep in Eastview territory. A timeout has been called. Still getting a little used to reading this brand new Jumbotron here at Birkelbach Field, Michael. For those of you who don't know, I believe it was back in March, right around the time all of the shutdowns started and the work from homes and everything. A crew was actually out here for a couple of days just taking down the old Jumbotron, setting up the new one, and my goodness, it looks nice.
It's much nicer and much larger.
We have hooked into the video feed of that Jumbotron. We'll try to get you a shot of it later on in this game. But as for now, it's 1st and goal, Elgin. Peter McFarland comes out in the shotgun formation all alone in the backfield. He hands off to Trey Isom, who is in motion. Isom makes it all the way up the middle, up to the 5-yard line for a solid 5, maybe a 6-yard gain. Tackle made by Cade Elkins. And this will bring up 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line for Elgin. Elgin has about 15 seconds left to go on the play clock. 5:08 and counting remaining in the ball game. Patriots lead it 7-0. 5:04 to go in this first quarter, I should say. 3 seconds to go on the play clock. Elgin's got to hurry. 2, 1, and the referees about a split second early, in my opinion. Go ahead and blow the whistle, but that will. Oh, I'm sorry. Elgin got the timeout just beforehand. So there will be no delay of game penalty. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Clock will stop with 4:51 to go here in the first quarter. Patriots lead at 7-0 over Elgin, as Elgin is looking at a 2nd and goal from the 4. If you're just now tuning in, the Patriots on their opening drive of the ball game ran the ball extremely well, resulting in a 1.5-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Quentin Jackson, following an Elgin penalty where an Elgin defender was disqualified from the game for unsportsmanlike conduct. But now Elgin, on their opening drive, is looking to tie this ball game up.
You got 2nd and goal. You know most likely they're going to run on you, so you want to fill that box and close the gaps.
McFarland in the gun. He hands off to Isom, and Isom tries to work his way around the right side. Can't quite get the edge. He's brought down after a gain of maybe 1. If he's lucky. Great defensive stand there by the Eastview Patriots. Isaiah Quentin Jackson being credited for the tackle. And Thomas Thornburg as well. Clock continues to tick. 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Elgin looking to tie this ball game up. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. It's a handoff to Rangel, who has a huge hole up the right side, and Rangel gets a great block and walks right into the end zone for Elgin's first touchdown of the evening. Elgin kicker Anthony Jones out to attempt this PAT for the Wildcats. The kick is up, and it is no good. He just didn't look like he got any of that. So PAT no good. Eastview maintains their lead by 1 point, 7-6 here with 4:10 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back after these commercial messages. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step,
or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. Eastview still leads this one, surprisingly, 7-6 off of a bad extra point attempt by the Elgin Wildcats.
Yeah, kicker Anthony Jones just either he just couldn't get any of the ball with the side of his foot, or he just kicked it really low. Either way, it
looks like he got the top of the ball, Travis, which drove it into the back of his lineman. On the ground, I don't even think he left the ground, to be honest with you.
I think I mentioned this last year, Michael, but I went to the College Football Hall of Fame last summer, and they have a thing set up to where you can attempt a field goal, and it's harder than it looks. So can't really criticize any sort of kickers.
It'll be kick, catch, interference on a fair catch call.
Flag does go out.
They were kicking it off to Carlos Villarreal.
Offensively for the Patriots tonight, the wide receivers Charles Ross and Michael Sedgwick. Your backs, Jerry Barron, Aaron Oleg, and Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Your quarterback, Peyton Adams. Your tackles, left tackle, Cole Smith. Left guard, Ben Martin. Center, Mac Howard. Right guard, Austin Kane. And your right tackle, Israel Ramirez.
So this penalty will set Eastview up for some very good field position. They're going to be starting on the Elgin 48-yard line.
A huge 15-yard penalty walked off versus the Wildcats, or against the Wildcats.
So 1st and 10, Patriots. Peyton Adams fakes a handoff, drops back, throws right, caught at about the 45-yard line. This is Tyreek Styles Obasheri, who picks up a solid 2 yards. No, they're going to adjust it, saying he only got 1 yard. So this will be 2nd down and 9 on the swing pass. Patriots coming out in the gun, 2 receivers to Adams left. It's going to be handoff to Tyler Huerta, and Huerta tries to get around the edge on the left side, picks up a yard, maybe 2, before being brought down. And this will bring up 3rd down for the Patriots.
Little sneaky play on that one, Travis, as it was a direct snap to Huerta.
So same shotgun formation. They get Elgin to jump early. Peyton Adams knows he has a free play. He's looking deep for Charles Ross, but Charles Ross, it was being covered by Devin Maynor, and there were a lot of hands covering Charles Ross's hands. That ball was in no way catchable, but Peyton Adams knew he had a free play because they were able to get one of the Elgin defensive linemen to jump off sides. I believe that is John Rebeloso, a 270-pound senior. And it is indeed.
Make it a much more manageable 3rd down, being 3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4. The ball will be spotted at the Elgin 42-yard line. So the Patriots need to make it to the Elgin 38. Adams in the gun. 2 receivers to his right. Adams takes the snap. It's a handoff to Tyler Huerta. And Huerta barreling his way up the middle. Did he make it the 1st down? From our vantage point, it looks like he did. The referees are saying no, he was a yard short. So this will be 4th down and 1 for the Patriots. And they're going to go for it. Patriots hurrying up. Same formation. Huerta's still in at the tailback position. But Adams will call an audible, and he'll be all alone in the backfield. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. Peyton Adams easily picks up the first down.
I don't know.
Or
it's gonna
did
be
he?
Close.
Again, from my vantage point, it looks like he did, but Elgin says no. They might have to measure this. Referees are talking about it. Did Peyton Adams pick up the first down?
I'm surprised they're not going to pull the chains and verify that before they make that adjustment.
And that is a bit surprising.
Wow,
as well.
it really did. The chains never moved, but interesting that they did not even bring the chains out to measure that one, Travis.
So that'll be a turnover on downs for Eastview. They still lead at 7-6 with 2:47 to go here in the first. And a triple option is going to end up in the hands of Rangel, who has nowhere to go. He might have actually lost a yard on that play.
They're going to give him a little bit of a gain, not quite a yard.
Got a half yard gain. I believe Isaiah Quentin Jackson on the tackle. This will be 2nd down and 9 for the Wildcats. Ball on the Elgin 39-yard line. McFarland in at quarterback. He fakes a handoff. He throws over the middle. Dropped by Trey Isom right at the 50-yard line. Trey Isom was wide open and just couldn't hang on to that ball. This will bring up 3rd down for the Wildcats.
He's going to wish he had that one back because he had an open field and was going to make some more yardage.
So Elgin now facing a 3rd down and 9. This would be a heck of a defensive stand and a morale booster for the Patriots defense if they could get a stop here and force Elgin to punt.
And they do. They stuff them right at the line as the Patriots brought on the blitz.
Seth Kirkland on the tackle for the Patriots there.
You can't imagine that that Elgin would pull a fake punt on this one.
Well, especially when it's 4th and long. And Eastview calls a timeout now. We'll go ahead and keep it right here, Michael. Again, we want to take this opportunity to thank you for tuning in to Friday Night Football here on SHN Sports and the Eastview Patriots. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis. If you're just tuning in, 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. The Patriots lead at 7-6 over Elgin. Isaiah Quentin Jackson scoring his 2nd touchdown run of the season on the Patriots' opening drive. That was followed up by Elgin scoring on the ground as well, the running back Lyndon Rangel, taking it in from 4 yards out. The PAT was blocked by Eastview, however. It was no good, and that results in your 7-6 score that we have now with 95 seconds to go in the first. Charles Ross and Isaiah Quentin Jackson back deep to return this punt for the Patriots, and Charles Ross is going to call for a fair catch. He makes the fair catch at the 27-yard line. So it'll be Eastview ball now. The defense stands, forcing Elgin to go 3 and out after they turned the ball over on downs on their last offensive series, failing to convert a 4th down. Bit of a controversial call, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Eastview got the stop, and now they have a chance to extend their lead. So Peyton Adams on 1st and 10 for the Patriots in the gun, hands the ball off, and running his way up the middle for a solid 2 yards is Isaiah Quentin Jackson.
Quentin Jackson on the carry out of the backfield.
Brought down by Elgin's Braylon Owens.
76 on the tackle.
This will bring up second down and 8 for the Patriots. Ball on the 30-yard line. Adams in the gun. 2 receivers on each side. Adams hands the ball off to Isaiah Quinton-Jackson again. Elgin is ready for Isaiah Quinton-Jackson this time. He gets only 1 yard on that carry up the middle, so this will be third down and 7 for the Patriots. Exactly 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. Third down and 7, ball on the Eastview 31. Adams in the gun, same formation, 2 receivers on each side. Adams takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle deep. He's got a man in triple coverage. That is Charles Ross. The pass falls incomplete as Adams overthrew everybody there. He was kind of hoping for Charles Ross to break free and use his speed to run underneath that deep ball. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. It brings up fourth down for the Patriots, and we'll see if they punt the ball away. They are indeed going to put their punting unit on the field. Charles Ross out to punt this ball away. Trey Isom back deep to return this punt for Elgin. And Charles Ross's punt goes out of bounds as the referee continues to keep moving. Goes out of bounds at the Elgin 39-yard line.
We have 2 defensive stops by both teams. Patriots got to make another one here.
36 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We should see Elgin get off 1, maybe 2 plays before the end of this first quarter, just depending on how fast they can set up. They do utilize a hurry-up offense.
Well, Elgin coming off a disappointing loss last week, Travis, losing to the Marble Falls Mustangs 34-33.
That game the last 2 years would have been a district matchup, but of course with Marble Falls changing districts, it's a non-district matchup. And Elgin on first down. This is a handoff to Trey Isom, and Isom picks up a solid 4 yards on that carry. Brings up second down and 6 for Elgin. Clock will continue to tick. 15 seconds to go on the game clock. The play clock has been stopped as a result of that. So Elgin will get off one final play of this first quarter. Peter McFarland in the gun. 2 receivers to his left. He sends one in motion from left to right. And it's a handoff to the back. And that back has a huge hole. That's Trey Isom. He picks up a first down and a whole lot more. Finally brought down at the Eastview 45-yard line after crossing over into Eastview territory. Justin Nizer on the tackle for Eastview. And what a way to end the first quarter if you're Elgin, picking up a first down after another huge gain on the ground. So that'll do it for the first quarter. We'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned. After one quarter, Eastview leads it 7-6, but Elgin is driving. We will have the start of the second quarter right after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by our bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
We're back here at Georgetown ISD Birkelbach Field, where at the start of the second quarter, the Eastview Patriots lead it 7-6 over the Elgin Wildcats. Eastview looking to avenge a loss from the final game of the regular season last year in this start of District 13 5A district play. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight to watch these Eastview Patriots take on this Elgin squad. Peter McFarland on 1st and 10 for the Wildcats hands the ball off to Lyndon Rangel. Lyndon Rangel picks up a huge hole on the left side. Solid gain of about 8 yards, brings up second down and 2.
8-yard gain, second down.
And on 2nd and 2, it's going to be a Peter McFarland keeper. He picks up a huge block and has a huge hole up the middle, picks up a first down and a whole lot more, nearly making it into the red zone. Is Peter McFarland. Michael Sedgwick with what looked like a touchdown-saving tackle for the Patriots there.
It was a delayed draw by McFarland and allowed the play to develop and saw that open gap there on the right side of the line and was able to pick up huge yardage. And that's the one thing that the Patriots have to do. They've got to make these stops and shut down those running lanes.
It's 1st and 10 Elgin from the Eastview 25-yard line. It's a handoff to the back who has nowhere to go. Gain of 1, maybe 2 yards for Lyndon Rangel. The tackle was made by Garrett Thorpe of Eastview. And this will bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats. Second down, Wildcats. Peter McFarland takes the snap and tries to rush up the middle. He's immediately met by a number of Patriots defenders, but they are unable to bring him down. McFarland will be a few yards shy of the first down marker, but he inches Elgin ever closer. This will set up 3rd down and very, very manageable. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. So a solid 6-yard run by Peter McFarland, the Elgin quarterback. Down and 3 for the Wildcats. Elgin McFarland is going to keep it himself. He has a huge hole on the right side, and he picks up a first down before being brought down by Tyler Huerta.
McFarland, a big running quarterback, and he is tough to tackle. And if you try to stand up and tackle him, you're most likely going to lose that battle.
Tyler Huerta making that tackle at the 12-yard line. So this will be 1st and 10 Elgin. Inside the red zone, and they have a shot to get the first down before making it into the the end zone. As a handoff to Lyndon Rangel goes for what looks to be about 7, maybe 8 yards. I think they're going to roll at 7, so this will bring up 2nd down and 3. Ball will be spotted at the 5-yard line of Eastview.
Gut check time for the Patriots to shut down this run of the Wildcats.
On 2nd down, Elgin McFarland will keep it himself and tries to rush up the middle. Whatever lane he thought he had was immediately clogged up by Patriots defenders. A slew of these dark navy blue jerseys.
McFarland on the carry. Tackle made by Elgin. We're going to get 3rd down.
Aaron Olegay making the tackle there. As this will be 3rd down and 1 for the Wildcats. Ball at the 3-yard line. McFarland in the gun. Takes the snap, hands off to Rangel, who rushes left and into the end zone. Picks up just enough of a block to pick up not only the first down, but also get into the end zone. And just like that, with 7:51 to go in the 2nd quarter, Elgin takes their first lead of the ball game.
That's the one thing that this Elgin team was scouting last week versus Harker Heights, Travis, was Harker Heights' ability to move the ball on the ground up the middle.
And Elgin will attempt a 2-point conversion here. And they do convert that 2-point play. So just like that, Elgin leads by a touchdown, making up for their blocked PAT from their last touchdown drive earlier in the first quarter. We'll go ahead and take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll see how Eastview can respond to Elgin taking the lead right after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
Hey, it's Jim from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
Back here from Georgetown ISD Birkelbach Field, where the Elgin Wildcats have just taken their first lead of the evening following a 4-yard touchdown rush by Lyndon Rangel and a 2-point conversion. Elgin leads it 14-7 over the Eastview Patriots. As Eastview getting set back up in their kickoff return formation. Michael Sedgwick and Tyreek Styles-Obasheri back deep to return this kickoff. Elgin, however, has not been kicking anywhere close to them tonight. They've been kicking up towards the up men. We'll see if that trend continues, and indeed it does. A short, not even high kick is taken by Eastview. Catch is made at about the Eastview 49-yard line by Aaron Omagay. So Eastview will have some very good field position here for this drive, starting out at their own 49-yard line. You know, that's what happens when you're Elgin and you don't want to attempt these deep kickoff returns. They would just rather give up the field position than chance Tyreek Styles-Obasheri or Michael Sedgwick from returning one of these deep kickoffs. As on 1st and 10, it's a handoff to
Charles Ross.
It's Charles Ross on a wide receiver sweep run. Loss? No, gain of 1. My apologies. Gain of 1 by Charles Ross. They bring up 2nd down and 9. The ball will be spotted at the 50-yard line. Adams in the gun. 2 receivers to his right. Adams takes the snap, pump fakes, throws right, caught at the 47-yard line, and making his way, nearly picking up a 1st down that's Jerry Barron. This will set up a 3rd down and 1 for the Patriots, and they're going to go into hurry-up mode. Patriots, same formation, 2 receivers to the left. Adams in the gun. So Elgin will call a timeout here. We'll go ahead and take that timeout with them. 6:52 to go here in the first half. The Wildcats lead at 14-7, but Eastview is looking to convert this 3rd down. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas true.
We are back here at Georgetown ISD Birkelbach Field, where the Eastview Patriots are looking to convert on 3rd down and 1. Peyton Adams all alone in the backfield. He's going to keep it himself and picks up a block, picks up the 1st down and a few yards more. Great job by Peyton Adams on the design quarterback run. Peyton Adams using his feet. He's got the 2nd most rushing yards on the Eastview roster so far this season, and he's using his legs to his full abilities. It'll be 1st down Patriots. Adams immediately throws left, caught near the 30-yard line by Jerry Barron, and brought down before he can get any yards after that catch is Jerry Barron. He's tackled by Elgin's number 21, who, again, we do not have on our roster. We apologize for that. This will be a solid
5 yards.
Yeah, solid 5-yard gain by Jerry Barron. Brings up 2nd down and 5 for the Patriots. And Adams under center now. It's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson from the ace formation. Quentin Jackson trying to rush out to the right side. Couldn't quite beat the edge. Tackled around the 30-yard line. This will bring up 3rd down and manageable. 3rd down and 3. So the Patriots have a chance to convert another 3rd down here. Adams in the gun. 2 receivers to his left. Adams hands the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who has a huge hole up the left side. Isaiah Quentin Jackson is gone for the touchdown. No flags. 30 yards. Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Eastview is a PAT away from tying this ball game up.
That's the shot in the arm that the Patriots need, Travis. Got to control the line of scrimmage. The offensive line is doing a pretty good job of that. And especially on this drive, they opened up that huge hole.
PAT attempt is up, and it is good. Emilio Vargas does it again. This time, the ball game is tied at 14 apiece. 5:33 to go here in the first half. We will see what Elgin's response is right after these messages. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. Point out like tackles more often and stuff as a result. Back here at Georgetown ISD Stadium, Birkelbach Field, where the Eastview Patriots have just tied this ball game up 14 apiece following Isaiah Quentin Jackson on a 30-yard touchdown run. Isaiah Quentin Jackson's 2nd touchdown of the night, his 3rd rushing touchdown overall in this very, very young 2020 football season. As Eastview prepares to kick this ball off. The defense has still had some difficulties containing this Elgin run game, though, Michael. You got to expect Elgin to continue to just pound the ball away on the ground.
Now, that's what you've got to do, because you got to make them go to the air. They've had very few pass plays, maybe 2 that I can think of off the top of my head.
Emilio Vargas' kick is going to be taken at the 15-yard line by Trey Isom, and Isom making his way to about the 26, 27-yard line before being brought down.
Isom on the return, tackle made by Huerta.
Tyler Huerta making the tackle for the Patriots. So decent field position to start this Elgin Wildcat drive. The ball will be spotted at the 27-yard line.
So that's what the Patriots are going to have to do. Right now, Elgin is one-dimensional in their run. They've got to make them go to the air and get away from the success of the run game. So if they can make that adjustment, they'll have a good chance to win this ball game.
1st and 10 Wildcats. Peter McFarland fakes a handoff and keeps it himself. He rushes around the right edge and gets a solid gain of about 5 yards on that quarterback keeper. And he's brought down by Michael Sedgwick. So they're going to roll it a 6-yard gain. This will be 2nd down and 4. The ball will be spotted at the Elgin 33-yard line. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the ball game, or in the first half of the ball game. Score is 14 apiece. We are tied here in Georgetown. As McFarland in the gun. It's a handoff to Lyndon Rangel, who rushes left. And I believe a flag came out there. I'm not quite sure. Either way, it'll be about a 1-yard gain by Lyndon Rangel. Brings up 3rd down for the Wildcats. Justin Nizer on the tackle for the Patriots. This will be 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcats. McFarland in the gun. And he's going to hand the ball off to Trey Isom in the backfield. Isom picks up the 1st down and is tackled at the 40-yard line. And he had a little extra yardage there. Picked up 3 more yards than he needed to get that 1st down. And Elgin once again moving the chains.
Well, the other thing that's happening with this ground game is that they're controlling the clock and keeping the Eastview offense off the field. Eastview doing a good job. They're mixing up their plays equally between the pass and the run and have been successful with that offense. But Elgin doing a good job to keep the offense off the field.
Patriots defense is bunching up. It'll be a handoff to Lyndon Rangel here on 1st down for Elgin, and he's brought down almost in the backfield, but making his way back to the original line of scrimmage. On the tackle for the Patriots was Justin Nizer. A bit of a vicious throw that, if you heard, got a bit of a response from this limited Eastview crowd. This will bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. McFarland comes out in the shotgun formation, and it's a handoff to one of the backs who slips and is brought down fairly quickly. Gain of about a yard on that carry. On the carry was Devin Maynor for Elgin. This will bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats. Thomas Thornburg making the tackle on Devin Maynor there. So another huge 3rd down in a series of them tonight for this Patriots defense. 2:29 to go and counting here in the 1st half. Score is tied at 14 apiece. McFarland in the gun. 2 receivers to his left. McFarland fakes a handoff, drops back, throws left, has a man, falls incomplete. He was throwing into double coverage. The pass was intended for Trey Isom, but on the coverage, it looks like it was Tyreek Styles Obasheri and Michael Sedgwick double covering Mr. Isom there, throwing him off of his route. Isom is a little upset. He was looking towards the referees, looking for a flag. He did not get that flag, and this will bring up a 4th down and 9 for Elgin.
Well, that was just good, solid defensive coverage by the Patriots as he threw into double coverage in a tight window and was unable to make that catch.
Elgin appearing as if they are going to go for it. This could be their punting formation, however. Peter McFarland still in, and it will indeed be a punt. This punt is high, and it is going to be taken by Isaiah Quinton Jackson as he signals for the fair catch and ends up falling on the ball. Just shy of the 25-yard line. He'll be spotted down at about the 24-yard line. So the Patriots forcing a punting situation for Elgin, and now they have 2 minutes, 6 seconds to work with to take a lead into halftime, Michael.
Now that would be a good thing to go in, some good positive momentum going into the half. Make the adjustments that Coach Vikoch has been successful at since he's been here, and come out the second half and dominate that second half and win this first district opener.
1st and 10, Peyton Adams takes the snap, drops back, throws left, caught at the 30-yard line. That is Jerry Barron, who makes his way out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Nice gain of 8 yards by Jerry Barron on that catch and throw. This will bring up 2nd down and 2. Line of scrimmage is at the Eastview 32-yard line. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. The snap is taken, and immediately the play is blown dead. A flag comes out. False start on the offense. Benjamin Martin, to be exact. So this will set the Patriots back 5 yards. This will be 2nd down and 7. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers on each side. Adams takes the snap, drops back, looks left, throws left, caught by Jerry Barron at the 30-yard line. Almost the exact same play. Jerry Barron making his way out of bounds shortly after making the catch, and he gets back to the 33-yard line. So this will bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Patriots. Look for Peyton Adams to use his feet here on 3rd and 1. He brings his offense out in the gun, and Adams is going to hand the ball off to Tyler Huerta, who has a huge hole up the middle. Huerta making some defenders miss. Huerta with a huge gain to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Tyler Huerta is gone. No flags. Touchdown, Patriots. 66 yards for Tyler Huerta, and the Patriots take the lead. Boy, what a run by Tyler Huerta. Breaking some defenders' ankles, picking up a huge block from his offensive line. And Vargas' PAT is up, and it is good. Minute 40 to go here in the first half. Patriots retake the lead. 21-14 is your new score. Eastview in the lead. But Elgin, they're very dangerous, and they have a minute 40 to work with. We'll see how they respond right after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Birkelbach Field here at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex, where your Eastview Patriots have just retaken the lead 21-14 over the Elgin Wildcats. Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Travis Banks, the voice of Eastview Patriot football.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Michael. Devin Maynor back to return for Elgin Wildcats on this kickoff, as Emilio Vargas will kick it high and deep. And Elgin was expecting this to go out of bounds. They're not going to, well, there's some confusion there. Trey Isom tried to fall on the ball. Charles Ross was going to attempt to pick it up and steal it, as I think Elgin was expecting the ball to bounce out of bounds. It just kind of bounced up into the air and stayed there. Elgin does indeed maintain possession, however, so this will be 1st and 10 Wildcats from their own 16-yard line.
That was a live football, and had Eastview, player been able to hold on to it through the slide, we would be looking at Eastview football at the 16-yard line of the Elgin Wildcats. And what a turn of events that would have been, Travis.
Yeah, Charles Ross doing his best to try to get that live ball, and just he had too much forward momentum there. Couldn't quite get both hands around it. And the result is an Elgin ball. They have a minute 39 to work with. However, they are dangerous on the ground, as we've seen all night. And this Eastview defense has got to be getting pretty tired by this point. 1st and 10 Wildcats. McFarland in the gun. Takes the snap, rolls left, throws left, caught at the 23-yard line, and making his way to the 30 to the 35 before finally being pushed out of bounds. On the catch for Elgin, that was Trevor Kurgan, picking up a huge 1st down for Elgin. A rare pass play for the Wildcats.
Little deception there, where the Patriots were expecting a run, and they go to the air and pick up another 1st down.
1st and 10 ball on the 35-yard line of Elgin. McFarland takes the snap, throws or drops back, looks right, decides to keep it himself, and he makes it back to about the original line of scrimmage, just on the opposite sideline. McFarland trying to extend that play for as long as possible. Good defensive coverage by the Patriots downfield prevented him from throwing the ball away, so he just decided to scramble, and they are going to give him 1 yard on that rush. So this will bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Wildcats. Clock will stop with 1:04 to go here in the first half. McFarland in the gun, 2 receivers to his left. McFarland rolls left, throws left, caught at the 42-yard line. This is Kurgan again. Kurgan picking up the first down for Eastview and being pushed out of bounds by Logan Williams. So Trevor Kurgan with another huge catch here on this drive for the Wildcats. Clock will stop with 56 seconds to go as the chains move for Elgin. Ball will be spotted at the Elgin 46-yard line.
Well, the thing for the Patriots here, you could bend, but don't break. Don't give up the big plays. Let them get down the field and get into the end zone before the half.
Elgin has gained 30 yards on this drive so far. On 1st and 10, McFarland takes the snap, rolls right, throws right. Overthrown. The intended target was Devin Maynor, and it was basically a bullet of a pass that Maynor could have probably hauled in. It had such velocity on it on the throw that it just bounced off of Maynor's fingers. Didn't have a chance to be intercepted by any Patriots defenders, so this will bring up 2nd down and 10. Ball is on the Elgin 46-yard line. McFarland takes the snap and decides to keep it himself, and the pocket just collapses. McFarland under pressure. He's brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Aaron Olegay on the sack there.
Brings up 3rd and 15, Travis. The Eagles, or pardon me, Eagles. The Patriots bringing good pressure on this drive here. They're controlling the line of scrimmage, and they're making McFarland have to make decisions quicker than he's wanting to make them, and have kept him off balance. And that's the effectiveness of this Patriots team when they make that decision to do so, and they're doing a good job of it on this drive.
This final timeout will stop the clock with 38 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. Patriots looking to maintain this 21-14 lead into halftime. Coach Fekoch talked about how the Patriots need to get off to a hot start this week. They did indeed, scoring on their opening drive, and then 2 huge rushing touchdowns here in the 2nd quarter. One by Isaiah Quentin Jackson from 30 yards out, the other by Tyler Huerta from 66 yards out. So the Patriots getting the job done on the ground. 3rd down and very, very long. McFarland all alone in the backfield. McFarland throws over the middle. Pass falls incomplete, just falls short of the feet of Trey Isom, the intended wide receiver, who was wide open in a sea of zone coverage. And Patriots catch a lucky break there, I think. Although McFarland was under pressure, he was scrambling for his life, so credit needs to be given to that Patriots defensive line.
Yeah, they've been bringing the blitz on these pass plays, and it has just kept McFarland off balance. And he had to throw on the run, and he couldn't plant his feet. And you saw the effectiveness of that. He threw it into the ground, and his receiver had no chance to make the play.
So Elgin will punt this ball away. Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Charles Ross back deep to return this punt. Eastview will not field a return. They will instead let the ball bounce, and it's going to bounce inside the 10-yard line before being downed by Elgin at the Eastview 8. So the Patriots will have 21 seconds to work with here. We'll see if Coach Fekoch chooses to just kneel this clock out and head into halftime, or if he wants to get another play off before halftime.
I think he'll probably be satisfied with what he's got so far and just take this into the halftime. So I expect to take a knee here. And the Wildcats are out of timeout, so there will be no stopping the clock. We'll take this into halftime, and the Patriots can be happy with their first halftime lead of the season.
And the Patriots will indeed kneel this clock out from the victory formation. And just about 10 seconds or so away from that buzzer. But we'll go ahead and take it into halftime. Eastview, not as many bad things to talk about this week as there perhaps have been the last 2 weeks. As for the first time this season, Eastview is taking a lead into halftime. They lead at 21-14 over the Elgin Wildcats at the break. We're going to take a brief commercial break here, and when we return, we will have the halftime festivities. Again, a reminder, it is senior night here at Birkelbach Field for the Eastview Patriots. We will have those ceremonies for you as well. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by Our Bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Hey, it's Jeff from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
Welcome back to Birkelbach Field here at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex. It's halftime where your Eastview Patriots have taken the lead into the half over the Elgin Wildcats, 21-14. Keep in mind, this is the district opener for the Wildcats in District 13 5A Division II. Eastview doing a good job taking care of the Elgin offense on that last drive. Elgin opting to go to the air to try to move the ball quickly down the field, knowing that the ground game takes up time on the clock. Eastview doing an effective job of bringing the pressure on McFarland, the quarterback of the Wildcats, and controlling the line of scrimmage, keeping him off balance, and keeping them out of the end zone, forcing a 4th down and 15 punt by the Wildcats. Eastview kneels the ball to take the half, and we're at halftime here in Georgetown tonight. It is senior night, and the senior night festivities are going to begin. They introduced the seniors prior to the football game, and so now the band and the dance team are on the field, and we will take some time to enjoy these festivities from the Eastview Patriots. Thanks for tuning in to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. We will be back with you in a while.
The Sparklers are led onto the field this evening by the 2021 dance officers, sophomore Lieutenant Reagan Danson, Sophomore Lieutenant Allison Heil. Sophomore Lieutenant Autumn Morse. First Lieutenant Samantha Vidalis. And Captain Anne-Marie Walling. Sparkler's managers are Carolina Cordero and Natalie Michael. Senior manager is Cecilia Juarez. Spirit Girl of the Week is Michaela Martinez. Sparkler of the Week, Alexia Michael. The Sparklers would like to dedicate tonight's performance to our seniors. We love our amazing eight. Let's hear it for the Sparklers. The Sparklers dance team is under the direction of Tracy Melendez, assisted by April Pena and Enriqueta Garcia. The Eastview Patriot Band has dedicated our 2020 show to the Eastview High School community and is called Believe. Tonight, we will perform a standstill rendition of our opener, Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra. We hope our performance will inspire you to see the beauty all around you. Musical arrangements are by Matt Conway and Jack Holt. Drill is written by Paul Nye. Choreography is written by Gabe Cruz and Nissa Para. And now, under the field direction of drum majors Abby Mason and Willie Orozco, we proudly present to you the Eastview Patriot Band. Now, join us for the Eastview High School Folk Song. The band leadership would like to recognize these members of the week for their outstanding contributions to our band. Zoe Gauthier, Caitlin Ibarra, Harley McCain, Annabelle Mahalan, Grace Shelberg, Dan Stevens, Mitchell Widlowski. The directors would like to recognize these volunteers of the week for their help this week. Marina Delisle and Holly Stave. Eastview Patriot Band staff are Rachel Butler, Andrew Bletzinger, Gabe Cruz, Nissa Para, Corey Bird, and Jesus Torres. Georgetown Independent School Director of Fine Arts is Carol Watson. Eastview High School Principal is Latoya Easter. Booster President is Rachel Taylor. The Patriot Band would like to thank their amazing booster parents for their support and guidance this season. And to recognize our Eastview Fine Arts seniors for the Eastview High School. We'll begin with Sam Acuna. He's escorted by our parents, Patrick and Amanda Acuna. Captain Aaron Guerrero, escorted by Andy and Nancy Guerrero. Sydney Jones, escorted by Philip and Holly Jones. Layla Moore, escorted by Brandon and Kara Moore. Brooke Perry, escorted by Bruce and Kamari Perry. Captain Peyton Slaymaker, escorted by Mitch Slaymaker. Continuing now with our Eastview sparklers, Michaela Bean, escorted by Maria Bean. Josefina Coldiron, escorted by Sean and Gloria Coldiron. Cecilia Juarez, manager, escorted by Norma Cuevas and Felipe Juarez. Alexia Michael, escorted by Omar Michael and Susana Manuela. Kimberly Smalley, escorted by Deborah Fabian. First Lieutenant Samantha Vidalis, escorted by Sam and Alicia Vidalis. Mariah Watts, escorted by Julie and Dr. Harrison Watts. Captain Anne-Marie Walling, escorted by Jeffrey and Kathy Walling. We'll continue now with the Eastview Band. Hunter Bliss, escorted by Leslie Jenkins and David Bliss. Kayla Vasquez, escorted by Ashley and Michael Vasquez. Ashley Kuzino, escorted by her mother Michelle and her brother Alex Kuzino. Jonah Diaz, escorted by Jennifer Solomon and sister Isabella Diaz. Ernesto Garcia, escorted by mother and father Ernesto Garcia Lopez and Emilia Garcia. Timothy Gauthier, escorted by mother and father Christy and David Gauthier. Amy Lambert, escorted by mother and father Celeste and Dennis Lambert, sister Katie Terry, and brother Jack Lambert. Liam Ottmers, escorted by mother and father Amy and Daryl Ottmers. Jaden Reynolds, escorted by parents Felicia and Jim Reynolds. C.J. Sanford, escorted by mother and father Victoria and Colin Sr., and brother and sister Cameron and Emmeline. And Elisa Segura, escorted by her aunt and uncle Marina Manning and Mike Benoit. Carson Tucker, escorted by mother and father Tracy and Terry Tucker. Mitchell Widlowski, escorted by parents Becky and Tom Grudlowski. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one last round of applause to these fine arts senior members of Eastview High School.
Welcome back, everyone, to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis alongside Travis Banks. It's halftime here, and we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the halftime moment. Both teams have rejoined the field. Travis Banks has rejoined me, and Travis, we saw some good, solid defense from the Patriots to close out the first half and secure the 21-14 lead that the Patriots are enjoying here at the half. The first halftime lead that they've had in the first 3 games of the season. They've been challenged on the ground attack of the Elgin Wildcats, but Elgin opted to go to the air on that last drive to try to get back down the field and score with 1 minute and 56 seconds left in the half, and Eastview was successful in stopping their passing attack and forcing a 4th and 15 to end their drive.
Indeed, and it's a especially great job for this Patriots defense, because for most of the first and second quarters, this Patriots defense was just on the field because of Elgin's rushing attack, picking up so many first downs. The defense just never had an opportunity to get off of the field, and so that resulted in Eastview giving up the 7-0 lead that they had for quite some time, allowed Elgin to actually lead for quite a bit, 14-7. Eastview, however, getting things done on the ground. 2 insanely long touchdown runs, one from 30 yards out by Isaiah Quentin Jackson and one from 66 yards out by Tyler Huerta, ended up tying the game for Eastview on that Isaiah Quentin Jackson run, and then the Tyler Huerta run gave Eastview the 21-14 lead that they are taking into the start of the third quarter here.
So we'll look to see the halftime adjustments that Coach Feacock has been great at making here. with the Patriots and see if they can control the ground attack of the Elgin Wildcats, see if they can contain McFarland and the other running backs for the Patriots. For the Wildcats, I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here. But to start the half, Elgin will receive the ball. So Eastview we'll see if they've been able to make that adjustment here to get the second half started.
Now Eastview received the opening kickoff, so they will be kicking off here to start out the second half. Elgin will be attempting to return this kickoff. They've got Devin Maynor and Trey Isome back deep to return to these Elgin Wildcats. Elgin wearing their road white uniforms, white helmets, white jerseys, and white pants with white socks and shoes. Meanwhile, Eastview coming out in a uniform combo that I believe we have only seen under Coach Fekoch. That is all navy blue helmets, navy blue jerseys, and navy blue pants.
Sharp-looking uniforms.
You know, Coach Fekoch likes to invoke the ideas that several college teams do, specifically Oregon, you know, having different uniform combinations every week. It's something that just excites the players. You get to wear a different uniform every week. As this kickoff's going to be taken at the 20-yard line by Elgin, making his way to the 30, down at the 35-yard line. Great tackle there made by Alessandro Perez on the Elgin return man. That was Trevor Kurgan for Elgin, who had a couple of huge grabs late in the second quarter. That drive ended up stalling out after quarterback Peter McFarland was sacked. As you mentioned earlier, Michael, setting up that 4th down and 15 that Elgin was unable to convert. They ended up punting the ball away there. And now trailing 14-21, the Elgin Wildcats look to answer and tie this ball game up here on their opening drive of the second half. It'll be 1st and 10 Elgin. Ball is on their own 35-yard line. It'll be a handoff to Lyndon Rangel, who picks up a huge amount of yardage, nearly 9 yards by Lyndon Rangel. They'll officially mark it as 2nd down and 2, so officially an 8-yard run by Rangel, but boy, he just ran towards the left hash mark and picked up some great blocks. This will be 2nd and 2 Elgin. McFarland trips to his right, sends a man in motion right to left. That's Trevor Kurgan. McFarland fakes a handoff, drops back, throws a screen pass to Rangel, who catches it at the 40-yard line. Rangel brought down at the 41 by
Tyler Huerta.
I'm sorry, I didn't see if that was a 2 or a 3. I was about to say Thomas Thornburg, but a great wrap-up of the leg by Tyler Huerta prevents Elgin from getting any massive gains on that screen pass.
Yeah, they actually lost yardage on that play, Travis. It's now 3rd down and 4.
Great job by this Patriots defense as McFarland on 3rd down trips to his left. He's going to send a man in motion, and it's an option pitch to Rangel. Rangel picks up a great block and is going to be tackled from behind by Isaiah Quinton Jackson. Looks to be a horse collar, perhaps. Rangel picks up a 1st down and a whole lot more. He crosses into Eastview territory as well. Isaiah Quinton Jackson able to bring him down from behind. The ball will be spotted at the Elgin 49-yard line. Okay, so they're going to rule Rangel down much further than he did. He kind of rolled after he was tackled by Isaiah Quinton Jackson. So this will be 1st and 10 Elgin. Patriots lead it 21-14. McFarland in the gun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. He's sending one of them in motion on the right. Sending him a little further right. And on 1st down, it's going to be a handoff to the back, who has a lane on the right side. That's Rangel picking up a solid 5, 6, maybe even 7 yards on that carry. Thomas Thornburg making the tackle for the Patriots. This will bring up 2nd down and 3, so a 7-yard gain for Rangel as he's just racking up the yards on the ground.
Well, that's the adjustment that you've got to make. You've got to shut down those running lanes because Rangel has the speed to get down the field quickly.
Great blocking by the Elgin offensive line as well. As on second down, McFarland keeps it himself and scrambles out to the left side, and he's finally brought down after crossing the first down line.
A flag on the play, and it looks like it was thrown after the play, so this may be unsportsmanlike.
I'm worried it could be a little horse collar as well, just based on the fact that McFarland was tackled from behind. But we shall see.
Horse collar against the Patriots.
I believe that was Michael Sedgwick who made the tackle.
I think it was Kate Elkins.
Okay. Either way, the horse collar will tack on an additional 15 yards. And Elgin will have the ball at the Eastview 20 now. So officially inside the red zone. Trips to the right. McFarland immediately throws right. It's caught by Rangel at about the 22-yard line, but Rangel is immediately brought down by Michael Sedgwick.
He was popped hard by Sedgwick coming off the corner. And as soon as Rangel turned, Sedgwick was there and shut that down. Going back to that previous play, even though it's a horse collar, that's probably the best case out of that, because if he hadn't, McFarland was probably going to go into the end zone.
Exactly. That's a loss of 4 yards on that play for Elgin. This will be second down and 14. McFarland sends a man in motion. He's going to fake a pitch on this option carry. He's going to keep it himself, try to get around the edge on the left side, but runs into a wall of Patriots defenders. That was either Justin Nizer or Alessandro Perez on the tackle. I'm sorry, that was Seth Kirkland making the tackle for the Patriots. 2-yard gain for the Wildcats. It'll be third down and 12. Ball is on the Eastview 21-yard line. Elgin sends a man in motion right to left. McFarland takes the snap, rolls right, throws over the middle, and it is bobbled and falls incomplete, intended for Trey Isom. Isom, after the ball hit the ground, is hit late by Charles. Is that Charles Ross?
Michael Sedgwick.
That's Michael Sedgwick. I'm sorry.
That was not smart. The ball had clearly gone through the hands, and Sedgwick just lit him up. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and that'll result in a first down for the Elgin Wildcats.
What I'm even more concerned about is, are the referees going to look at this and call a targeting penalty?
They could possibly. I don't know that it was.
I think the one thing is that the Patriots defender was not jumping.
He called a late hit on a defenseless player.
So no targeting, thank goodness. So no ejection will be faced.
Yeah, but on what you should have been looking at was fourth down and 12. Now you're looking at first down. So it was not smart on the part of Michael Sedgwick to light him up.
Not only first down, but it's going to be first down half the distance to the goal. They're going to mark it at the 11-yard line. That's where the line of scrimmage will be. So Elgin can get a first down before taking it into the end zone. This will be first and 10. McFarland in the gun. He's got a bunch of trips on his right.
Well, this is when Elgin has been at their best in the red zone.
And it's a handoff, a sweep to the right side to Lyndon Rangel. Rangel makes it nearly to the 5-yard line before being brought down by Justin Nizer.
On the carry out of the backfield, Elkins on the tackle, 5-yard gain, second down.
I'm sorry, that was Cade Elkins again on the tackle. will bring up 2nd down and 5 for Elgin. Ball on the Eastview 6-yard line. Again, Elgin can get a first down. And it's a option. McFarland keeps it himself. He picks up some great blocks, and he rolls into the end zone untouched from the left side. Picked up a great block from his running back, Lyndon Rangel, and was able to waltz into the end zone. The Patriots just could not find a way to get around this Elgin offensive line.
That just goes to show you how bad a penalty like that can hurt you.
Elgin's PAT attempt by Anthony Jones is up, and it is good. So with 7:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter, the Wildcats tie it up. It's 21-all here at Birkelbach Field. We'll take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. We will see if Eastview can answer and retake the lead after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. Back here at Georgetown ISD Stadium, Birkelbach Field, where the Elgin Wildcats have just tied this game up on a 6-yard Peter McFarland touchdown run that was set up as a result of an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Eastview defense and led to a situation where Elgin was at about the midfield point and facing a 4th down and 12. That put them that put them so much closer to the end zone, giving them first down, and then Elgin just using their strength, the running game, to just dominate this Patriots defense.
It's tough, and when they get into the red zone, that's where they've been the most effective.
Kickoff is up, and it is going to be a fair catch is going to be called for and made at about the 38-yard line by Emilio Vargas.
Fair catch called and made by Vargas.
So Eastview will face a 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. And again, as is typical on these Elgin kickoffs tonight, they would rather give up the field position and kick a short, high kickoff than to risk kicking it deep and having a return from either Charles Ross or Isaiah Quinton Jackson. This will be 1st and 10 Patriots. Peyton Adams comes out in the gun, all alone in the backfield. 2 receivers bunched up on both sides, and Adams is going to keep it himself. He's going to rush towards the right sideline and is run out of bounds untouched. Gain of 3, maybe 4 by Peyton Adams there, trying to use his legs to get something going on the ground. They're going to call it a gain of 2, so this will be 2nd down and 8. Adams hands the ball off to Isaiah Quinton Jackson. Quinton Jackson has a great hole up the middle. Nice solid gain of 3, maybe 4 yards before Isaiah Quinton Jackson is brought down. This will set up 3rd down and 3 for the Patriots. And a first down will also get the Patriots into Elgin territory. So Adams in the gun, Isaiah Quinton Jackson in at running back. 2 receivers to the right. Adams takes the snap, he fakes a handoff, he's going to keep it himself, and Adams gets the first down and a little bit more. Adams using his height to dive forward and picks up the first down, moving the chains. Great job running the ball by Peyton Adams as the Patriots come back out in their spread formation. Adams takes the snap, hands off to Isaiah Quinton Jackson, who has a huge hole up the middle. Isaiah Quinton Jackson picks up some great blocks. He's rushing left to the 35 and rushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line by Devin Maynor. But Isaiah Quinton Jackson, as he hurdles the bench, the Eastview bench, running out of bounds. What a great job running and picking up another first down by Isaiah Quinton Jackson.
That was all Quentin Jackson on that one, Travis, because he was stuffed up the middle. He bounces outside and takes it upfield and makes a huge gain. Tyler Huerta with the carry. He'll pick up right around 5 or 6 yards on that carry. Looks like they're going to set him back a 4-yard gain as they make the adjustment.
Quick score update at halftime, or I'm sorry, in the second quarter. Cedar Park 42, Georgetown 3 as Jerry Barron makes a catch and trucks a defender at the 20-yard line, forced out of bounds at the 15 by Elgin's Kendall Hudson, but a great catch and run by Jerry Barron picks up another first down for the Patriots.
Patriots doing an outstanding job of moving the ball offensively tonight. So far, Elgin has only stifled 2 of their drives.
And now another run, this time by Tyler Huerta, runs towards the left. Nice solid gain. This will be 6, maybe 7 yards by Huerta as he runs towards the left.
Tackle made by Murin. I'll bring up 2nd down and 1.
Patriots now. It's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson from the Ace formation, and Isaiah Quentin Jackson runs it in from 9 yards out. So Isaiah Quentin Jackson, his 3rd touchdown run of the night, gives Eastview the lead with 4:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. Emilio Vargas out to attempt the PAT. The PAT is up, and it's no good. They're saying it went wide right. So the Patriots missed the PAT. Your new score, Patriots still retake the lead. New score is 27-21 Eastview. We'll take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll have more exciting action here on Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports right after.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. Your Patriots retake the lead. 27-21 on the missed extra point. So that could be trouble later on, Travis, if Elgin's able to retake the lead. Because then you're kind of playing on that 1-point differential.
Sorry for almost stepping over you there, Michael, but I was going to say, interestingly enough, is that Elgin missed their first PAT of the ball game. Their kicker, Anthony Jones, just kicked it low. And Elgin, on their next touchdown, ended up converting a 2-point conversion to tie this ball game up. So it's not out of the question that this will bite them, but I do see what you're trying to say, because say we stay at this 27-21 score until, say, the final 30 seconds of the 4th quarter. Then that's when the PAT is going to come out to bite them. Come back to bite them, I should say.
Now, if we go back to the first week against Killeen, Coach Fekoch did run some 2-point conversions and was successful. So we can look for that to happen here.
This will be 1st and 10 Elgin from their own 30-yard line as McFarland hands the ball off to Trey Isom, who has a huge hole up the middle. Isom tries to leap and is tackled as he leapt in the air. Gain of about 5 yards to the 35-yard line by Trey Isom.
Isom out of the backfield. Tackle made by Villarreal. 5-yard gain on the play.
Carlos Villarreal on the tackle for the Patriots. This will be a 2nd down and 5 situation for the Wildcats now. Line of scrimmage is the 35-yard line of Elgin. McFarland takes the snap. It's another handoff to Isom, who has a huge lane up the left side. A flag comes out after Isom picks up a first down, and this flag is all the way back at the line of scrimmage. Could be holding. We'll see what the referees have to say about that, but if this play stands, Isom will pick up a first down for Elgin. I think Elgin knows it's going to be holding.
Back.
Yeah, Elgin already moving back. The holding was called on Elias Temez, one of the Elgin offensive linemen, a senior.
Yeah, you got to be effective in containing that run game. Iceland and Rangel, the combination of McFarland in there, bring a three-pronged running attack by Elgin. And both Rangel and Isom have good speed. You've got to close those lanes down. Linebackers are trying to get in there and close up those gaps, but Elgin has been successful in making some holes.
Elgin's offensive line has done a great job indeed. 3:45 to go here in the third quarter and counting. Patriots lead at 27-21 as this play is blown dead.
Yeah, Elgin called timeout.
All right, well, we will go ahead and keep it right here then. Again, we want to take this opportunity to thank you for choosing to spend your Friday nights here with us on SHN Sports for Eastview Patriot Football. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis. We are live from Georgetown ISD's Birkelbach Field for the first of 3 home games for the Patriots this season. A bit of a wonky situation with the scheduling. They had a set schedule all the way back in February. I know Westwood was going to be one of the non-district opponents for the next 2 years, as they were for the Patriots the previous 2 years. Those plans, of course, ended up changing roughly a month later after the district realignment meetings that the UIL held in February. And that resulted in the Patriots traveling about 30 miles north to both Killeen and Belton on the campus of the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor the previous 2 weeks, taking on both Killeen and Harker Heights, respectively, as McFarland's pass falls incomplete, and we've got an injured Wildcat down on the field. That is Devin Maynor. So we will go ahead and take a brief commercial break while they tend to this injured Wildcat. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. The Patriots lead at 27-21.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by Our Bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. The injured Elgin Wildcat was able to walk off the field under his own power. Always great to see. And right now, Elgin is facing a 3rd down and 15. Peter McFarland comes out in the gun. He sends a man in motion from right to left. McFarland takes the snap, rolls out left. He's looking left. He has no one to throw to. He's going to throw the ball left anyway. It is caught at the 30-yard line to the 35 to the 40 and brought down just shy of the 45-yard line is Trey Isom. That was, I believe, Thomas Thornburg on the tackle, and now we've got a Patriot down on the field. Isom picks up the first down for Elgin, but the clock will stop with 3:24 to go here, as the injured Patriot is Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Actually, he's able to get up on his feet and walk off the field under his own power. So again, always good to see. That would be a devastating blow to this Patriots offense, though, if Isaiah Quentin Jackson is forced to miss any significant time as a result of this injury. It doesn't look to be anything serious, but it's always got to be in the back of your head if you're a football coach. This will be 1st and 10 for Elgin. McFarland hands the ball off to Rangel, who has a huge hole on the right side, making his way towards the right hash mark, picks up a first down, making his way into Eastview territory, brought down at the Eastview 44-yard line was Lyndon Rangel. Michael Sedgwick making the tackle. And again, just great lanes being opened up by this Elgin offensive line.
Thomas Thornburg complaining to the official that he's getting shot blocked out there. I think it might have fell on deaf ears.
So this will be 1st and 10 Elgin. McFarland in the gun, sends a man in motion from right to left. McFarland keeps the ball himself. He's going to rush out to the left side, and he makes his way across the 40-yard line before being brought down. A nice solid gain of 3, maybe 4 yards for Peter McFarland there. Brings up 2nd down, and it'll be 2nd down and 5, actually. So 5-yard gain by Peter McFarland. Tackle was made. Get the name of the tackle here in just a moment. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats. Peter McFarland fakes a handoff, looks left, throws left. He's got a man caught into the end zone for a touchdown. That's a 40-yard pass and catch to Trey Isom. The first passing touchdown for Elgin. Actually, the first passing touchdown of the evening for both teams comes on a 40-yarder to Trey Isom. Anthony Jones comes out to attempt the PAT. Jones's kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, Patriots miss a PAT earlier, and you called it, Michael. Elgin coming back, taking the lead, and now Elgin has the lead by a point. 28-27, Elgin is your new score. 2:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll have Eastview's response right.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet gonna take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas true.
Well, they haven't led since midway through the 2nd quarter, but Elgin has just retaken the lead by a single point following a tremendous 40-yard pass from quarterback Peter McFarland to receiver Trey Isom. And the extra point is the cherry on top of the sundae that has given Elgin the lead against Eastview with 2:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We're back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium, where the Elgin Wildcats are just about set to kick off. Kicker Anthony Jones, we should see him kick another high, short kick to one of the Eastview upmen just to avoid a potential massive return from one of Eastview's deep threats in the back. And it is going to be a short, high kick. Fair catch is called for and made by Emilio Vargas at about the 32-yard line. And that is where Eastview's offense will set up shop. A little bit more of some sauce on that kick by kicker Anthony Jones as he kicks it a little further than he has been kicking, kind of limiting Eastview's field position here.
try and drive them back deeper into their own end of the field. Eastview's offense has been just as prolific as the Wildcats has been. They've just made more of a mixture of the pass and run.
This will be 1st and 10 Eastview, and it's going to be a sweep to one of the wide receivers. That's Jerry Barron, and he makes his way to the 50, to the 45, into Elgin territory before being brought down by Elgin's Nicholas Saucedo. But a great run on the sweep to the left side by Jerry Barron. Great blocking by the Patriots as well. It'll be 1st and 10 Patriots from the Elgin 43-yard line. Adams under center. He hands the ball off to Tyler Huerta, who rushes towards the right. Tyler Huerta makes his way to the 40-yard line before being brought down by Elgin's number 78, who, again, we do not have listed on our roster. Apologies for that. Nice solid gain of 3 yards by Tyler Huerta on that run. This will be 2nd down and 7 Eastview. Peyton Adams in the gun. He hands the ball off to Huerta again, and it's a trickeration play. Charles Ross now on the sweep from right to left. Ross makes his way to the 30, to the 20, and Charles Ross is brought down just shy of the sidelines, but picks up a huge 1st down for the Patriots.
That was a nice design reverse play by the Patriots, who worked it to perfection and pick up a huge 1st down, and now are in the red zone.
Patriots now, it'll be 1st and 10, ball on the Elgin 20. And it's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rushes up the middle and gets a solid 4, maybe 5-yard gain. A very late flag comes out all the way back at the 5-yard line. We'll see what that's about. But if this stands, Isaiah Quentin Jackson will have gained about 5 yards on that run.
You know, last time he went and had a conference, a player got ejected. So he's gone back over and he's talking with us.
Good ball, unsportsmanlike, Elgin. Number 1 has been disqualified before the puck.
Wow. Devin Maynor has been kicked out of this game for the Elgin Wildcats, and this is going to be a huge blow to their offense. Both their offense and their defense, because Devin Maynor has been playing a heck of a game so far tonight, Michael.
He really has, and it's the 2nd player kicked out, and if Charles Ross doesn't watch, he might get called for a taunting penalty.
So on 1st down for the Patriots, it's a handoff up the middle. Nothing going, however. Isaiah Quentin Jackson on the carry. Very, very short gain. This will bring up 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. I'm sorry, from the 6-yard line. So the Patriots have a chance to retake the lead here as the clock ticks, 20 seconds and counting left here in the 3rd quarter. Patriots trail by 1, and it's a sweep to the left, wide open into the end zone. That is Tyreek Styles Obasheri on another wide receiver sweep.
There is a flag down.
All the way in the end zone. Yeah, it was covered up by all those players. I apologize for not seeing that. And it's holding. Did they just say number 1, Michael?
I couldn't make out the number.
I thought I heard number 1. We don't have a number 1 on the Eastview roster. That could have been on Jet Vaughn.
You know, you hate to see that happen as Obasheri walked into the end zone untouched.
Tyreek Styles Obasheri, that would have added to his aura, his myth that he's been building up. Just a sophomore. Eastview's in for some more remaining great years from him as a pitch and pass all the way into the end zone for Eastview is taken. That's Charles Ross. Charles Ross with a great pitch and catch. Picking it up on a bit of a screen pass and just forcing his way into the end zone. Great throw by Peyton Adams.
Look for him to go for the 2 here.
That'll be a 6-yard touchdown catch for Ross. And they are going to go for the 2-point conversion. That is Tyreek Styles Obasheri running it in from the left side. So just like that, the Patriots retake a 7-point lead with 6 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Your new score, Patriots 35, Wildcats 28. We'll be right back after these messages to see how Elgin responds. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SH.
Hey, it's Jeff from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
Welcome back, everyone, where your Eastview Patriots have just retaken the lead versus these Elgin Wildcats. 35-28 is your new score here in Georgetown as we get set to get things back underway with 6 seconds left in the third quarter.
You know, it's odd, Michael. Nothing but rushing touchdowns for the entire first half, and midway through the third quarter here, and then all of a sudden, the last 2 offensive drives for both teams have resulted in passing touchdowns. Perhaps we are seeing the winds of change here as Emilio Vargas' kick is going to be taken at the 10-yard line by Elgin, making his way to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. Breaking free is Trey Isom, and Isom is tackled at the 32-yard line by Alessandro Perez. Trey Isom with a great return, giving Elgin some decent field position here, as that is the official end of the third quarter as well, that kickoff. So we'll take a brief commercial break here and get reset for what should be an exciting conclusion to this football game. After 3, Eastview leads at 35-28, but we know Elgin is dangerous and can tie this game up at any time. We'll see what happens right after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. Back here at Georgetown ISD Birkelbach Field, where at the start of the fourth quarter, the Eastview Patriots lead at 35-28 over the Elgin Wildcats, and now Elgin on first down. They're going to hand the ball off to Lyndon Rangel, who rushes to right and ends up picking up a solid 5, maybe even 6 yards. Another decent run in a series of them from Elgin.
6-yard gain on the play. Bring it second down.
Cade Elkins on the tackle for the Patriots. This will bring up second down and 5 for the Wildcats. In the gun, McFarland keeps it himself. He's going to scramble right. He has a blocker, and he got some space, too. He crosses into the 50 to the 40, breaks free to the 30 to the 25, finally shoved out of bounds by Michael Sedgwick. A great run by quarterback Peter McFarland on second down and 5. Takes it all the way deep into Eastview territory. Tremendous running, tremendous blocking by this Elgin Wildcats offense.
He runs it down to the 26-yard line of the Patriots. Runs over a couple of his own players along the way, but makes a huge gain. And just like that, the Wildcats are in scoring position.
It'll be 1st and 10, Elgin now. McFarland in the gun, hands off, and rushing up the middle with nowhere to go is Lyndon Rangel, and Rangel, gain of 1, maybe even 2 yards.
He lost a yard.
Actually lost a yard. I apologize. This will bring up 2nd down and 11 for Elgin. Just a little over a minute played here in the final quarter of this ball game. Patriots lead it 35-28. McFarland on 2nd down and long. He sends a man in motion from right to further right, and McFarland takes the snap, keeps it himself, and he spins around trying to dodge these Patriots defenders, but he has nowhere to go. Gain of 1 yard, no 2 yards. So this will bring up 3rd down and 9 for Elgin. Cade Elkins again on the tackle. And this is a huge 3rd down for the Patriots. Huge 3rd down for both sides, actually. You know Elgin wants to see this drive continue. And this Patriots defense, they've been on the field for what feels like all night. You know they're itching to get off. As this crowd comes alive on 3rd down, McFarland hands off to the back. It's Rangel who picks up a 1st down. A huge lane up the middle for Lyndon Rangel. He'll be brought down as a very late flag comes out. Looks like there's some jawing on the field.
Looks like it's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Sure, there's some language going there on the field. Some high tension, but it looks like they're getting ready to walk it off against the Patriots.
Number 11, defense. After this is the goal. That's his 1st on unsportsmanlike.
That's Carlos Villarreal. And again, Michael, you know, shades of earlier in this ball game when Eastview had Elgin facing a 3rd and 12, and a penalty ended up causing Elgin to move midway towards the goal for a 1st down, automatic 1st down, and this is exactly what's happening again. It's almost like deja vu.
Well, you just played to Elgin's strength. I mean, they're deadly in the red zone, Travis. They've scored every time they've been in the red zone tonight. And you just put them within 6 yards of pay dirt.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line here for Elgin. Elgin sends a man in motion from right to left, and it's going to be a read option. It's going to be handed off to Lyndon Rangel, who waltzes into the end zone, trucking a defender as he comes across the goal line. Elgin is just a PAT away from tying this ball game up with 9:33 remaining here in the final quarter. And Lyndon Rangel just adding to his magnificent stats tonight.
Yeah, they've had a dominant ground game all evening long, and when they get that close, they put it in on the ground.
Anthony Jones's kick is up, and the PAT is good. So just like that, we are tied again. Eastview 35, Elgin 35. 9:33 to go here in the ball game. We'll see how Eastview responds and if they can retake the lead. They haven't been too shabby on offense themselves. We'll see what happens right after this commercial break. We'll be right back on SHN Sports.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Birkelbach Field at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex, where Elgin has just tied this game back up, 35-35 with 9:33 left to go here in the fourth. Eastview took one on the chin. They had a silly, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that set Elgin up with 1st and goal. And Elgin, as they have so effectively done, is put it into the end zone on the ground. Their line has been good in making holes for Isom, Rangel, and McFarland. And Elgin doing what they do. And Eastview has got to respond here. This is going to be a back-and-forth game.
Catch is going to be called for and made at the 20-yard line. This is Charles Ross. It's not a fair catch. He did make the catch. He makes his all the way to the Eastview sideline from the Elgin sideline to about the 32-yard line before being brought down. But Charles Ross trying to get something going on his first opportunity at a kickoff return this evening. Again, Anthony Jones has been kicking them deeper and deeper. For most of this game, if you're just tuning in, Elgin has been making their kickoffs very short but very high in terms of hang time, and they had just decided to give up the field position, have Eastview start at their own 40 rather than risk a return from Charles Ross, as just happened. And now on first down, Peyton Adams rolls left, throws left. Did he catch it? That's Michael Sedgwick. He did indeed catch it.
And they're giving him the first down, a 10-yard completion to Michael Sedgwick off the arm of Peyton Adams.
So Eastview, they've been dominating on the ground so far tonight, or at least doing really well, and now they're getting it done through the air. It's now a wide receiver screen attempt to Jerry Barron falls incomplete. Adams just kind of overthrew Jerry Barron, and Barron had to try to jump up to make the catch.
Well, Eastview, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say this will bring up second down and 10. Go ahead, Michael.
Elgin had read that play extremely well, and Jerry Barron was about to get lit up.
And this is a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson up the middle, untouched to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Isaiah Quentin Jackson, no flags. 57 yards, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Eastview retakes the lead. 8:48 to go in the ball game.
That's the answer that you need to retake this lead, and that's how you do it. Put an exclamation point on it on another big run yourself. And Tyler Huerta and Isaiah Quentin Jackson with two huge runs tonight.
Vargas out to attempt the PAT.
It's waved off.
Yeah, there's a flag on the field. You might see a re-kick, depending on what this penalty is. Referee's talking things over with Coach Fekoch down at about the 10-yard line.
Offsides, defense. Penalties decline. Retry from the 3.
All right, so offsides, we will see Emilio Vargas re-kick this PAT attempt.
Now, he thought it was going to be good since they declined the penalty, but it was waved off before the ball went through.
And
false
this
start.
play is blown dead again, another flag. You know, both of these teams.
Offense, number 80. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still try.
That's Alessandro Perez. And I was just going to say, Michael, that both of these teams looking for their first win of the season. Eastview coming into tonight's game at 0-2. And Elgin coming into tonight's game at 0-1. So with that in mind, you know, players can get a little chippy with each other. As this time, Vargas attempts the PAT from far out, and he kicks it through the uprights. So your new score with 8:48 to go in the ball game, Eastview 42, Elgin 35. We'll see how Elgin responds right after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by Our Bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
We're back here at Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex, Birkelbach Field, where following an incredible 57-yard run for a touchdown from Isaiah Quinton Jackson, the Eastview Patriots have retaken the lead over the Elgin Wildcats, 42-35. However, a little under 9 minutes to go here in the ball game, so the Patriots have their work cut out for them, as do the Wildcats. As this kickoff is going to be taken at about the 12-yard line by Elgin to the 20, to the 30, to the 35. This returner has some speed. That is Trey Isom. Who else would that be for the Wildcats? He's brought down at about the 35-yard line, and that is where Elgin's offense will set up shop.
Elgin getting away with a block in the back as Cade Elkins was knocked to the ground from behind, and they got away with one right there.
And Elgin, of course, scored on their last offensive possession. A touchdown run from 6 yards out by the running back Lyndon Rangel. As Peter McFarland comes out in the shotgun, he's going to fake a handoff and keep himself rushing up the middle. Nowhere really to go on that play. Justin Nizer on the tackle.
An awesome play by Isaiah Quinton Jackson as he took McFarland's feet out from underneath him. Heads up play by the linebacker.
Isaiah Quinton Jackson, not Justin Nizer, my apologies. This will be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. McFarland fakes a handoff. He's going to keep it himself, tries to rush left, and tries to go up the middle after finding no one there. And brought down from behind looks to be Isaiah Quinton Jackson again.
Looks like they're going to give him a 1-yard gain on that one. I thought he was stuffed more closer to the line. But again, Eastview has been good about getting Elgin into these long 3rd down plays and situations. But Elgin has responded and picked up some big yardage. They got it contained right here, Travis.
3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats. It's a handoff to Lyndon Rangel, and he is stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage.
That's the response you need right there.
The Patriots defense stands, and now Elgin is facing a 4th down and long and a punting situation. Great job by this Patriots defensive line.
Or 13. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a fake punt going. You have McFarland as the up man in this backfield, could take a direct snap. You got to play some heads-up football right here.
And now Elgin will punt this ball away. This is Charles Ross back deep to return for the Patriots. He will not try to field this return, however. He'll take a Patriots bounce and roll to the Eastview 39-yard line. So now 6:31 to go here in the ball game. And the Patriots have a chance at knocking off some significant time off of the clock as they lead 42-35.
Take some time off the clock. Plus, as prolific as they've been, they could put it into the end zone again and extend their lead and make it a two-score lead and put Elgin really behind the 8 ball.
This will be 1st and 10, ball on their own 39-yard line for the Patriots. It's going to be a pitch to Jerry Barron, a sweep to the right side, and Barron nearly makes it to the 1st down marker. tackled at about the 48, maybe the 49. They're not going to give him the first down, so it was at the 48-yard line. This will bring up 2nd down and 1, so a nice 9-yard gain on the sweep by Jerry Barron.
Elgin made a serious mistake on that play, Travis, because the ball was set and the Patriots were able to go with the Elgin defense not even set in position yet.
This is a handoff to Tyler Huerta, who picks up the first down and crosses into Elgin territory. Brought down at the Elgin 46-yard line. A great run by Tyler Huerta, and now another late flag comes out.
It looks like we got, this may go against the Patriots.
Benjamin Martin for the Patriots was being held back by some of his other teammates. So you got to think there's some trash talking going on down there, Michael.
Oh, I'm sure there is. This may be, it's like they're setting it, may be an offsetting penalty, possibly.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 53. If you're a punt, you've been disqualified.
Wow, so Benjamin Martin has been disqualified from this ball game. His night is over.
Wow.
That's, I think, the 3rd ejection of this ball game. Elgin has had 2 players ejected, one of them Devin Maynor, who was playing very well in the first half before he got ejected. And now Benjamin Martin, the first Patriot to get ejected from this ball game. But 3 total players. It's like we're week 1 again. This will be 1st down and 25 for the Patriots. Line of scrimmage is at the Eastview 39-yard line. And now Peyton Adams takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked all the way back 10 yards at the Eastview 29-yard line. Mario Navarro on the sack there for the Wildcats. So this will make it 2nd down and about 35 yards. And they'll make it 34 yards. They're going to say Adams was down at the Eastview 30. They need to make it all the way into Elgin territory to the Elgin 36-yard line. It's almost half the entire field.
So you got a false start.
That was intended to be a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson.
Good ball. All start. Number 20 on offense. 5-yard penalty. No second down.
Wow.
So an additional 5 yards. Why not at this point?
2nd and 39. Might as well say 2nd and forever. And sloppy play on this series right here for the Patriots.
I think I've seen a 3rd and 36 converted once in a state playoff game. As Peyton Adams, it's a screen pass caught by Isaiah Quentin Jackson at the 20. Isaiah Quentin Jackson has some space, picks up some great blocks, and is finally brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. So a 2nd down and 39 turns into a 3rd down and about maybe 25. We'll wait to see. They're going to spot the ball at the 39-yard line of Eastview. So it'll be 3rd and 25 here. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers to his right. And Adams is looking over to the sidelines, calling an audible real quick. Adams takes the snap. It's a handoff to the back. That's Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Isaiah Quentin Jackson only has enough space for about 2, maybe 3 yards. They're ruling him down, but Isaiah Quentin Jackson looks like he spun around, maybe didn't consider that he was down. Decided to keep running and keep going, but the referees blew the play dead, so this will bring up 4th down and very, very long, and a punting situation for the Patriots here. 4:14 to go in the ball game and counting. Patriots lead at 42-35, so Eastview able to knock a couple of minutes off the clock, but not as much time as they would have liked.
No, definitely not. But this is one of the things that really frustrates a coach when you get some players out there that just can't control themselves and you start shooting yourselves in the foot where you had a golden opportunity to extend your lead. Now you're punting the ball away.
Trey Isom back deep to return this punt at about the Elgin 22-yard line. As Charles Ross is out to punt this ball. He didn't get a very good, he didn't get a lot of leg on that punt as it flies out of bounds at about the Eastview 40. So Elgin will have tremendous field position here with 3:32 to go in the ball game. The Wildcats need a touchdown to tie it up.
I think a Wildcat got his paw on the ball and it just popped up and made it shallow, and now they've got great field position at the Patriot 41, and things have just worked to their favor in that series right there, Travis.
So Elgin's offense will retake the field. Ball will be spotted at the Eastview 41-yard line. So already in enemy territory are these Elgin Wildcats. McFarland will come out on first down in the gun, all alone in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on each side. McFarland sends Trey Isom in motion, and he's going to keep the ball himself. McFarland rushes up the middle, has nowhere to go. Gain of 2 yards, if that. And he just ran into a wall of Patriot defenders there.
If Eastview can just dial up some solid defensive plays right here and shut this attack off from the Wildcats and get a critical stop right here.
Clock continues to tick, however. 3 minutes and counting to go here in the ball game. Patriots lead at 42-35. Elgin now on second down in the shotgun formation, I should say. And it's going to be a handoff to Lyndon Rangel, and Rangel barreling his way up the middle of the field. He will not go down until he gets that first down, and he's tackled just a yard short. So this will be 3rd down and 1 for the Wildcats. Ball will be spotted at the Eastview 32-yard line.
The thing with Rangel is, as a running back, he has that mentality of falling forward, and he always goes forward to keep from taking a loss or no gain. He's been solid at that all night.
Huge 3rd down here for Elgin. McFarland takes the snap. He rolls out to the left side, and he's stuffed. He's stuffed behind the line of scrimmage.
He loses 2 yards.
That on the tackle was Aaron Olagay, and Aaron Olagay with a great tackle brings up 4th down for Elgin, and you got to think Elgin's going to go for it with 2 minutes to go here in the ball game, trailing by a touchdown.
Got to think maybe the Patriots will bring the house.
Critical moment of the ball game here upcoming. 4th down and 2 for Elgin. McFarland takes the snap from the gun, and McFarland rolls right. He's tackled short. He did not get it. Cade Elkins with a tremendous potential game-saving tackle.
What an outstanding play by the Patriots to get the turnover on downs, Travis. Outstanding defense to stack up against this prolific Wildcat ground game and make that stop and get the ball with 1:29. They have control and can run this thing out. Wildcats do have 2 timeouts.
You got to
expect
expect
2 timeouts, so they may be able to stop the clock and get the ball back with just a few ticks left on the clock. But
yeah, Eastview won't be able to run as much time off the clock as they had hoped. Elgin, if they make any stops and use their timeouts, that is, a whole lot could happen here. Handoff to Tyler Huerta, who spins out to the left side, dodges a defender, and is brought down and loses control of the ball. Elgin says they have it. And that is exactly what you don't want to happen if you're a Patriot fan. Elgin now recovers a fumble by Tyler Huerta. And they've got decent field position as well. Eastview only able to run 10 seconds off of the game clock. Clock is temporarily stopped with 1:19 to go in the ball game. Patriots still lead at 42-35.
Well, this is gut check time. for the Patriots right here. You got to make this critical stop.
First and 10, Elgin. McFarland all alone in the backfield, and McFarland's going to keep it himself, scrambles right, and brings it to the 25-yard line, tackled just short of the first down line. This will bring up second down and 1 for the Wildcats. Clock continues to roll, however. A minute to go and counting here in the regulation. We could be heading to overtime. The Wildcats can score. McFarland now, second down. He's going to take the snap and roll out left. Picks up some blocks. Picks up the first down. A late flag comes out.
Yeah, right in the area of a hold.
McFarland tackled by Justin Nizer. We'll see what this flag is about.
Looks like it is a hold. Down to 42 seconds left in this contest. The ball is moved back 10 yards. It becomes second down and 11 for the Wildcats.
And now pass intercepted! McFarland was looking for Trey Isom. Was that Michael Sedgwick who made the interception, or was that Logan Williams?
I think it was I think it was Sedgwick.
Boy, McFarland just threw that pass up and was looking for his receiver to make the catch. And now all of a sudden, a turnover follows another turnover. Eastview has control of the ball with 34 seconds to go. However, the ball is at the Eastview 1-yard line, so Eastview has to be very, very careful. They can't exactly go and kneel the clock out, especially considering Elgin has 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, you can guarantee this. He's talking to his quarterback and his running backs. Put both arms over that football. At this point, this has been a chaotic last 6 minutes of this ball game, Travis. It has just been crazy. Back and forth, mistakes being made on both sides. And wow. So Peyton Adams just may be running a keeper here just to keep from any exchanges going on.
Lining up in looking like a bit of a victory formation, but yes, as you said, Michael, they're going to just push Peyton Adams forward. So that'll be a gain of about 1, maybe 2, but it's enough to at least give the Patriots some breathing room. They're not on their own 1-yard line anymore. Elgin will call a timeout.
Well, I tell you what, this has just been an exciting turn of events here. You know, we've had some highs and you have lows. You know, you get the ball back. Tyler Huerta fumbles the ball and gives it right back to the Wildcats, and then they get put back into a 2nd and 11 with 42 seconds left on the clock. McFarland puts it up in the air for his running back receiver in Isom, and Eastview played it perfectly and makes the interception at the 1. And so, I mean, it's just been a whole gamut of emotion going right here.
I think we can all agree this has been the most entertaining game of this young Eastview Patriots season. Hopefully all District 13 5A matchups for the rest of the road are as incredible as this one. And Patriots will kneel this ball out now. Elgin will use another timeout. Their final timeout now. Clock stops with 23 seconds to go here. It is 3rd down for the Patriots, so we should just see them kneel it out again and end this ball game.
They're at the 2-yard line, so they're probably going to push forward just to keep from getting a safety, or they could opt to take a safety, but I don't think that they would. You know, Texas had that happen against them last week with TCU. You know, they ran the ball out with the last 6 seconds and ran it into the end zone and ended up taking a safety, and time had run out of the game. So interesting. You're at your own 2-yard line. So I think they will probably make the push, and then the time will just run off the clock, and that'll be it. And Eastview right now in line to pick up their first win of the season, and of course their first win of the district, and 1-0 in district play.
That's really all that matters there, is getting one of those top 4 spots in the district so you can make the playoffs. And Eastview will indeed push forward, and that'll do it. 4th down, but it does not matter. The Patriots survive. A late interception by Michael Sedgwick saves the ball game for the Patriots, and they will win their first home game of the season, 2020 senior night, I might add, by a score of 42-35. Clock has officially hit 0, and that's it for the ball game, folks. Eastview gets revenge for last year's loss to Elgin, and they start out their season with a win in terms of district games. District 13-5A, they move up to 1-0. 1-2 overall for the Patriots. The Elgin Wildcats will fall to 0-2, 0-1 in District 13-5A as the socially distant handshake takes place. Elgin walking down the 45-yard line, Eastview walking down the 40-yard line. We'll take a brief commercial break, and then when we come back, we will wrap up this game, mention the highlights, and look towards a preview of next week's game on the road against Brenham. Stay tuned. We'll have all that in just a bit. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step,
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by Our Bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet gonna take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Hey, it's Jeff from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
We're back here at GISD Birkelbach Field, where the Eastview Patriots have just won their first game of this young 2020 football season, defeating the Elgin Wildcats by a score of 42-35. Welcome back to the press box. I'm Travis Banks, joined alongside, as always, Mr. Michael Francis. And feel free to step over here and make an on-camera appearance if you want.
Yeah, there you
go. Michael, a tremendous game offensively by both squads. Eastview coming out the victor, though. It's hard to tell exactly why they came out victorious, but I think you can just pinpoint the domination in the trenches by Eastview.
You look at that, and you look at the fact that Eastview made fewer mistakes than the Wildcats did. They did make their share of penalties, and some of them costly penalty, where they ended up giving up some points on those, Travis. But they made fewer of those mistakes. You did have, as you mentioned earlier, 3 players that were ejected from the game, and all 3 of those happened after the play had ended. So it was, tempers were flaring. It's a district opener, and so Eastview was looking for revenge, I guess you could say, from last year's loss that they took at the hands of Elgin down in Elgin. It was a cold night, if you remember, and we were in the stands for that game. So they just made fewer mistakes than the Wildcats did tonight, and that led to success. The other thing that led to success was they moved the ball around the field. That was the objective that Coach Fekoch wanted to have. They were successful on the ground. They were successful in the air. And that, in turn, allowed them to control the line of scrimmage and ultimately win this ball game.
Well, it was pretty much just rushing touchdown after rushing touchdown after rushing touchdown throughout the entire first half. Just to quickly recap the scoring, Eastview got their first lead of this young season early on their opening drive, about halfway through the first quarter, actually. Isaiah Quentin Jackson scoring from 1.5 yards out made it 7-0 Eastview. Following opening drive for Elgin, Lyndon Rangel ran it in from 4 yards out. The PAT was blocked, however, so Eastview maintained their 7-6 lead there. Eastview had a turnover on downs late in the first quarter. Elgin was able to take the lead at about midway through the second quarter. Again, another Rangel touchdown run from 4 yards out. Elgin went for 2, converted. They led 14-7 at that point. Eastview able to tie it up on a 30-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Tied it up, and then again just before halftime, Tyler Huerta from 66 yards out, a tremendous touchdown run, gave Eastview the lead into halftime, 21-14. Elgin was not done, however. They scored on their opening drive in the third quarter. It was a Peter McFarland touchdown run from 6 yards out. Tied the ball game up at 21-all at that point, but then Eastview just would not quit. Isaiah Quentin Jackson again from 9 yards out. Eastview missed the PAT, so they led by 6, 27-21. Elgin on their very next drive, Trey Isom, that was the intense 40-yard touchdown catch, the first passing touchdown and receiving touchdown of this ball game. Trey Isom again gave Elgin a 28-27 lead over Eastview, and then at the end of the third quarter, Charles Ross from 6 yards out, a touchdown catch. So it turned into a bit of a passing game, a shootout between both McFarland and Peyton Adams. Charles Ross was able to get the lead 35-28 just before the start of the fourth quarter. 2-point conversion made good there by Tyreek Styles Obasheri, who had a tremendous game, in fact. And just brief scoring in the fourth quarter. Lyndon Rangel tied the ball game up with 9:33 to go in the ball game, scoring from 6 yards out on another touchdown run. Isaiah Quentin Jackson followed that up exactly a minute later with a 57-yard touchdown run that gave Eastview the 42-35 final score and the lead. Of course, there was still 8 minutes left on the clock at that point. And then, of course, the Tyler Huerta fumble following the Elgin turnover on downs that occurred with 1:29 remaining in the ball game, and then that was immediately followed up by the Michael Sedgwick interception that ended up clinching this victory for the Patriots.
Yeah, that last 6 minutes of the ball game was some highs and lows, as I mentioned earlier, and golly, it was outstanding to see that interception by Michael Sedgwick. I was just watching the replay. They're running on the big screen right now. So some of Eastview's big plays by Huerta and Obashiri and Quentin Jackson. In fact, they're showing his long run right there on the big screen. So reliving that moment and seeing the long touchdown runs. And just great to see. You know, we've took some on the chin the past couple of weeks. You know, it's been a rough couple of weeks playing against some stiff, good competition, which has set Eastview up to do well in the district season and against a very good Elgin team. I mean, you can't take anything away from those guys between McFarland, Isom, and Rangel. I mean, they were exceptional on the ground, and you got to give it to their offensive line who was able to open up those running lanes for them. And so they were a good Elgin football team.
And I think the key to the Eastview victory tonight was, as you mentioned during our pregame, Coach Fekoch mentioned how Eastview has to get off to a hot start. Eastview has to play better on offense. They have to play better on defense, specifically in the line of scrimmage, because they were destroyed by Harker Heights all last week in the trenches. Yeah. And that indeed, they did get off to a hot start tonight, again, scoring on their opening drive. Isaiah Quentin Jackson, that touchdown run, and Eastview, it was a back-and-forth contest, but they never gave up. It was, as you like to call it, Eastview Patriot football, specifically the football that is taught under Coach Fekoch.
Right. Yeah.
So as you said earlier as well, Michael, the players buy into Coach Fekoch and his ideals, and that just makes the kids easier to coach.
Oh, absolutely, and it translates on the football field, and we saw that tonight. You know, a few mistakes, but overall, Eastview played disciplined football tonight. And it was fun to watch. It was back and forth, an exciting football game all the way around. And that's the great thing that Coach Fekoch brings to Eastview when he came on board from San Saba and had made a deep state run in the playoffs. And he wants to see that happen here in Eastview. And he's got the talent to be able to do that in this district. And he's not afraid to play against stiffer competition in higher classifications with the Harker Heights and Killeen, and that's paying off tonight. And so I look for it only to get better. Next week we'll be in Brenham, and we have a blast from the past that's going to be with us, as Travis will be taking some valued time off, and if you want to let everyone know that who's going to be doing the play-by-play next week.
Yes, we will have Stephen Stunn, the former voice of the Eastview Patriots. I worked with him for a couple of years here on these broadcasts. He will be filling in for me next week on the road at Brenham. You will be there, though, Michael. Yes. So I know you will be there to help guide him and kind of update him on the roster. It's been about 2 years since he's called a game for the Patriots. Not a lot has changed, but at the same time, a lot has changed.
Right.
Now, the interesting thing for that is that this Brenham team, you mentioned stiffer competition and how Coach Fekoch is not afraid. Well, that was going to be my segue there. Speaking of stiffer competition, because the Brenham game will be a lot tougher, probably just about as tough as any of these previous 3 games. Again, Brenham making the playoffs the previous 2 years, their first 2 years in District 13 5A. If you do recall, 2 years ago, the last Eastview Patriot road trip to Brenham, Eastview had a giant lead at halftime. Brenham ended up coming back and winning the game by a single point. I think it was something like 31-7 at halftime. Right. Eastview led. The final score was 35-34. Brenham defeating Eastview. That shocked the heck out of pretty much everyone in Austin high school sports media. Right. They went ahead and declared that a victory for the Patriots, and they were stunned when I called in with my report afterwards. And then, of course, last year, Brenham came here to Georgetown and spoiled Eastview It was, I believe, Coach Feacock's first loss with this Eastview Patriots squad last year. Brenham winning that game here by a touchdown at home. So the Patriots might have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder against Brenham. But you got to think that Coach Feacock will have them prepared.
Oh, you know that he will, and it's got to be one of those that last year is going to play deep in their minds. It's a game that they should have won. They should have won the last 2 years, and now they're going back into Brenham, and they've got to be prepared and be focused. And Coach Feacock has proven that he gets his players ready for that, and so it's going to be an exciting game. And we look forward to it next week.
Indeed, we do. This is the first home game of the season for the Patriots, and it will be their last home game for a couple of weeks, as the next 2 games are going to be on the road. Again, next week at Brenham, a very long road trip. So you got to think the Patriots are going to want to win that game, because that's about a 2.5 hours maybe, depending on where you're coming from. That's about a 2-hour bus ride, and those are not fun if you are on the losing end. So
no, definitely not, because you're riding those yellow dogs, and as they endearly call them, those old yellow dogs, those big yellow school buses. So.
All right, let's check Twitter real quick just for some final score updates. I was trying to get something from Mike Barnes earlier, and then we ended up just getting distracted with how great of a game this Elgin versus Eastview game was. Marble Falls over Travis, 55-0. Hayes over Aikens, 28-7. Lake Travis, 55. San Marcos, 3. Cuero, 38. LaGrange, 20. Westlake, 51. Del Valley, 0. Cedar Park, 56. Georgetown, 24. A bit of a bummer for the Eastview's Crosstown High School team.
The Eagles.
Yeah. We are very familiar with them. That game's still going on SHNsports.com, of course. Burnett 21, Fredericksburg 6, Manor 34, Leander 28, Cedar Creek 20, Connolly 13 for some District 13 5A action. Interesting note from Mike Barnes is that Connolly beat Cedar Creek 62-6 just 4 years ago, back in 2016, and now Cedar Creek is beating Connolly 20-13. That game, of course, taking place on SHNsports.com as well. Got to love the Cedar Creek. I think their nickname is the Creek Radio Crew.
Right. Scotty Martin in that group. They do a fine job down there.
Yeah, we'll see them in a couple of weeks when we travel down to Bastrop, and we'll visit with them. Hopefully, the Bastrop Independent School District will provide us with some of the great grub they provide us up in the press box.
Do.
Wishful thinking there, but that. I think that about does it for all of the scores. Everything else is just a lot older. Brenham 35, Glenn 14 in another 13-5A district matchup. Right. So, again, Brenham coming out the victor this week as well. So both of these teams, Brenham and Eastview, will go into next week's game looking to increase their record in district play to 2-0.
Right. So we also want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors that bring us Eastview Patriot football. We want to thank Ideal Signs, Hewlett Chevrolet, Hewlett VW, Our Bank, and Grand Endeavor Homes, as well as SHN Sports. Thank you for your sponsorship of Eastview Patriot football, and we appreciate y'all tuning in and listening.
All right, any final thoughts before we sign off, Michael?
What an exciting game. I'll be reliving this one all night long.
All right, well, with that, final score from here at Birkelbach Field, Eastview 42, Elgin 35. Eastview increases their record to 1-2 overall, 1-0 in District 13 5A. As for us, Michael will see you next week from Brenham. I will see you in 2 weeks. Stephen Stunn will be filling in for me, of course, next week. And until then, stay safe. If you go out, wear a mask. If not, still stay safe. Until then, we will see you next week, and so long from the Lone Star State.
Goodbye, everybody.